morning and welcome to the farewell edition of the show with no name. That's mine, isn't it? Oh no, I'm sorry. There we go. I'm Bob Going, and we have quite the lineup here today for our last show. We have the Four Horsemen back together, myself, Gavin Murdoch, Jim DeKosha, and Michael Chayar. And special guest of the future, Philip Tambasco, teen historian. Two of you guys are here because you got the day off, right?
Oh, that's right. I'm taking a long lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How come I can't hear you? Now you're on. Okay.
Because I'm not plugged in.
Oh, okay. We can plug you all in. Let's plug you in. Okay.
There he goes.
All
Can
right.
you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
No. Okay.
you
Well,
hear me
I'm
now?
taking a long lunch.
All right. So, Michael, would you get a chair and come in?
I
here?
am satisfied where I am, Bob.
All right, then, Michael. Before we get into the what did you call it?
I called it a lot of things.
No. You said this show's going to be what today?
For what I said.
A mockery or?
Oh, of course.
Why?
Because I know how Bob likes to play.
Yeah.
That's
All right, Michael, you had something serious you wanted to talk about.
No, I can do it if we have time after.
There'll be no time after. There'll be no time
How
after.
do you know that?
Do it now. Do it now. Get it out of your.
I'm appalled.
Come closer to the microphone.
It's a new microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, they went for some money. The situation is, Jim McCosha and myself happened to have gone to that meeting last night. Oh, there's Paul Tonko. My God, I'm so excited. With Dick D'Onofrio, who did this, which I brought part of it. He did this compilation of the AUD and looking at the books for 2013. And a lot of hard questions were asked, one by myself, where I asked him, what is your confidence factor? Of course, he didn't like me using that terminology. And basically, what was his response, Mr. McCosha?
His response was that he wasn't confident in any of the numbers.
No. So shouldn't we assume that could have hit a headline or somewhere?
Yeah.
To let
When
the
was this
people
meeting?
that work. What was it? It was what?
I don't know, Wednesday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday,
Yeah, I think so.
during the week.
Wednesday. And what we did is, I said, well, it's got to be it.
This is the city finances.
City finance. And there was a city reporter.
Yeah.
There was a man from the Compass. There was quite a few people. Well, Dave Dyke was there. Mario Villa was there. And the consul was there, the whole consul, and the mayor, and Matt Agresta. And you would assume, considering the financial condition and what he had to say about the numbers, and I didn't want to get into the numbers because Dave does a great job on that. But questions were asked, and you'd assume that some of that would have appeared for the people that work and couldn't be at the meeting, that we would have read at least something about it. It is important news. It's your money. And I know today that I'm going to be chastised because it's going to be in the paper. There's no way they could not publish that.
You think it'll be there today?
It's got to be. There's no way they could not publish
Front page headline?
It's been a week.
Well,
so
you didn't want to put it up and over the top.
There's no confidence in the figures.
Yeah, and they all looked and said, that's it, that's the story. But I was going to read, and I won't because I know you guys want to do this, some of the things he had to say.
Give us a synopsis. Give us a synopsis.
No, I'm going to give the synopsis. Very simple. He's basically saying he won't put his imprimatur down on a lot of that because you couldn't trust some of the numbers. It went to the computer. It wasn't kept up. They weren't in coordination. And he's making comments like that the mayor, the consul, and the controller have the responsibility. And there's things they have to do, internal control, and et cetera, et cetera. All right? The question was asked. I asked him, okay, he made a comment. You're not doing enough. So, okay, a guy tells me, like Bob would say, you're not doing enough. The next question would be, well, tell me what I got to do.
Right.
And I'm still waiting.
They were told they had a plan of action, how to remedy everything. It was presented to the council and to the mayor. And who's the boss of the city? Who is supposed to implement any changes?
You would assume it was the chief executive officer who would have taken, like in any corporation,
That's what I'm saying.
have taken the initiative. But then again, if we say that, we're bashing and we're negative. No, I'm concerned of what's going to follow, like this young gentleman who might follow us and stay here in Amsterdam. What's his financial condition going to be? Is he going to say, oh my God, all we're going to do is pay off debt? We don't know if we have any fund balance, etc. You got to look at the budgets. you've got to look at what's being said, and it is time for a huge change in city government. That's my opinion. I know I'm hated, but that's the way it is. I love my dog.
Well, we hate you. Gavin, do you hate him?
No, I don't hate him.
You don't?
No, I like Michael.
Philip?
I hate him.
I hate him.
I hate him.
Good. Glad to hear that.
All right.
That's what you want.
Now listen. Over the weekend, I ran into somebody whose name I will not reveal because it was a private conversation. But let me just say, I would call this person an insider, and I'm going to refer to the person as he, meaning it could be a he or a she,
The general
and
he.
I'm not disclosing or giving any clues as to who it is. But this is a person who had a strong, close, intimate relationship with the city budgets. Okay?
Uh-huh.
All right? So somebody who knows, somebody who is
Sleeping
in a
with the
position to
numbers.
know. So I walked up to this person and I said to him,
Person?
if you were offered $1 million to straighten out the city books, and he immediately interrupted me and said, can't be done. Can't be done.
They
He
can't
said,
give him $1 million. They can't straighten him out.
Can't straighten them out.
Oh.
He said there is absolutely no way to straighten them out, and they all know it. They all know there's no way to straighten
That's
it out.
sad.
Yeah.
What have we been doing all these years?
So he said, all you can do is just wipe the slate clean and start from there.
I would not agree with that.
No,
at
but he
all.
says there is no way to do it.
Well,
That's how bad it is.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
and it's not on the front page or the second page or the comment
No,
page.
no,
of
it's
whether-
don't worry about it. We'll find out about it after the election. That's what we're hearing.
Oh, sounds like the Washington playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mean Redskins.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a shame that this show.
You said Redskins.
I know I did.
Oh, that's
We're gonna get canceled.
Well, America. has
After
gone-
today, they won't let us on
has gone
anymore.
upside down. Anyway, so I know Bob wants to do what Bob.
No. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
His little tote bag with him.
Oh,
Oh, I saw that. I have that.
I forgot I had this. What I
I
don't
saw
like
it.
about Amsterdam. Wow.
Who wrote that, Bob?
Listen, Amsterdam could come back. Amsterdam could be number one. Amsterdam has the potential.
Take the
No.
seat.
Thank you. I'm not going to stay, but anyway.
It's only an hour today.
Oh, that's right, too. Forget about that.
You have to talk fast, Michael.
The Amsterdam is going to have a tough time coming back, but there is a start. There is a start because we have the Tessero family properties who was rehabbing that.
Did you see that in the paper?
30, I think he said 30 apartments. That will bring, if he gets those occupied, that will bring back the downtown.
Wait a minute. We're
park.
talking about the Key Bank building?
Key
Yeah.
Bank
The
building.
former Key Bank.
And the microbrewery.
But he's working on that. He doesn't have anybody yet. But
So here's this. I don't know. It's just me, but my first office was on the top floor of the
Yeah.
We
building.
moved you.
I had the penthouse. I had the room overlooking the river. And you may wonder, how does a person just starting out in the practice of the law get such prime real estate?
How do they, Bob?
Because it was right under the black tar roof, and it was 1,050 degrees all year round.
Oh, you have to-
Yes.
yeah,
But I fooled them. I opened up a sauna in the outer office.
Oh,
but that's
The Bob
the-
Going Health Club.
Now, as long as they can get in, somebody takes care of the Holiday Inn, quotes,
Yeah.
which you would appear to me that there should be nothing. And of course, with the 250,000 people coming here, you're
no,
going to see.
well, it was in the paper this morning it said 35,000.
How could it, Bob Going and myself were at these meetings
Hundreds.
numerous times and heard 250,000 people. They were
It's been-
lying.
it's been
We're
downgrade-
paying money to these
Well,
people in
all
the
right.
state to lie.
Downgraded.
After
I
they
went.
got the money for the projects, now they downgraded it.
All right, I went to a congratulatory session at the Riverlink Park where all the Democratic candidates got together and said how wonderful they each were.
Was it 35,000 there?
People that attending, there was me and a couple other people.
When did this take
But I
place?
got a couple of years ago.
I think you're talking.
I videotaped it. I said these things are historical; they should be there. So Paul Tonko gets up, may his name be ever blessed, and
In your opinion. But go on.
he's talking about the new bridge and the new overlook. Let's not call it a bridge. It is a scenic overlook, and everybody goes, oh, Paul, scenic overlook, oh. So then he says, this will bring tens of thousands of people to Amsterdam every year. And Mayor Tswnn came over and nudged him away from the microphone and said, no, Paul, hundreds of thousands per year. Now, if that's not enough, a few months later, the head of the Canal Corp, Brian Stratton, comes to town, and he said, millions. Millions.
And we have these people in office.
Right.
What else are they telling us?
He meant to say millenniums. The millenniums were going to come, not millions of people.
So listen, I've been going through the attic, downloading some stuff, and I've got some souvenirs that I was otherwise going to throw out, and I can't.
I have buttons.
Yes. So here's some Going for Mayor bumper stickers that somehow got left over. I'd like you each to have one of those as a
I want to put
souvenir.
it on the car.
You put it on the car.
I need to.
My theory always was, I've studied politics and elections all my life, closely. I like for the nuances. And one of the things I discovered is there's a terrific advantage when you're running for office to have a name that only has 5 letters in it.
You're right.
Of course, I had to run against Villa.
Which only has 5 letters.
Yes. And now it's Tswnn against Villa, and they probably are both thinking the same thing.
Going was gone.
Here, go.
Yeah, we were
Not yet.
Not gone yet. Yeah. What else have I got? Oh.
Jeez, you're really
All right, here you go.
I have that.
This is for you, Philip. That's a Babe Pilata for mayor. The rest of
I voted for Babe.
The rest of us all
I
voted for
I
him.
voted for Babe.
Gavin, I have the Gods and Generals and Gettysburg, the director's cut. So that belongs to you.
What is this,
Thank you.
National Christmas Day?
Yeah. John Adams, Part 1. I think that was yours.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you steal it from me?
All right.
No, I let him borrow these
Borrowed
things.
these
Along
things.
with some pictures from O'Haskell and things.
Well, we'll get to those.
We'll get those at the bottom of
He's
it.
not at the bottom of the bag yet.
Oh, I'm sure there's nothing in that black bag for me.
It's like a Santa Claus.
Sir, you cut me too quick. Oh, I don't like Mario Villa's style, but I like what he's done. I guess I saved that. Yes.
I have it.
Okay, I thought you might. Oh, let's see. All right.
Philip, how was your Friday?
Friday? What was Friday?
Right.
Yeah.
That was the day the 5-week notices arrived at children's homes.
Yeah, so far so good this year.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Last year, I'll tell you that.
So it's okay that your parents know that they came to the house then.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think I only hid one last year.
Oh,
You
That's
had one?
yeah.
I remember, I don't know if you remember this, first year Bishop Scully was open. Did you have Sister Roseanne for French by any chance?
Où est la bibliothèque?
Oui, la bibliothèque, c'est tout droit. Tu vas tout de suite.
Si, oui,
Wow.
il faut que je cherche un livre.
Yeah,
That was it.
that's it.
I didn't pass another quiz all year.
No, I can go to Quebec. I can go to France. I can go to several French African colonies, and I can find the library wherever I am. Où est la bibliothèque? Oh, at la bibliothèque. I got another Babe Pilata button here.
Oh, I voted for Babe.
Here's something I wrote years ago.
Recipes.
No.
No.
Looks
at the addresses of Main Street.
Identify what you're looking at, Philip.
All right, so it says East Main.
Yeah, East
With a
Main.
bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
And next to the numbers are names of businesses.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Can you date it?
Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. I'll try. 27 Bank Building, so it has to be after 1927. Grant was in the 50s.
Which grant?
WT.
Oh, I think in
Not
U.S.
US.
I'm sorry.
No.
It was in the 70s.
I don't know. I'd say around the 50s, 60s.
60s is right.
Okay.
This was the last city directory before urban renewal.
Right.
Okay, and I never finished this. I did both sides of East Main
They had
Street.
110 restaurants in Amsterdam, 33 barbers.
There. Well, we're just doing East Main Street from Market Street to St. Mary's Church.
Give that dog a ball.
St. Mary's Church. The Fashion, Lindsay's Shoes, McKee and Moore, Amsterdam Northern and Chuckton Under Railroad at 22. You're the president of that railroad, aren't you?
You're still the president of that.
I don't know if I'm the president. I've probably been assassinated.
Acousticon of Amsterdam. I don't remember that.
Who?
Acousticon of
I
Amsterdam.
don't remember that either.
Yeah. Arthur Cushing, dentist. Eileen's China Shop. Remember
yes.
Eileen
Yeah.
Kinham? The bank building. I didn't bother putting down all the businesses that
There
were in
was
the bank
about
building. It was too
25
many.
in there.
Yeah. W.T. Grant Store. Things Shoe Store. I forgot about that.
Ooh.
Frank Pantalone. Remember attorney Frank Pantalone? Yeah. The new Paris shop.
Still there.
Paris Beauty Parlor. Can you imagine that? That new Paris shop has been there forever.
Yeah.
That's amazing. No matter what happened to Main Street, the Paris shop has
Up
been
until now, maybe.
there. Yeah. George Dylong, dentist. Remember Dr. Dylong?
No.
State Bank of Albany, 4749. And then now we get into where the mall is. Olanders, Woolworths,
down here.
Bergen Post 39, Martin Specialty, Miles Shoes, Anderson
Anderson Little?
Anderson SH Company shoe company, I guess. I'm not sure. Mortans, Royce Shoes, Hobby Center, Majestic Beauty Salon, Schenectady Gazette, Gabriel's Ladies Apparel, Greenspan's Tots to Teens, Siegel's Jewelers, Ray's Clothes, Miller's, Breslaw's Furniture, Vitamart, Lurie's,
What about Pink and Rock?
Hallett's.
Oh,
Yeah, it's here someplace. Nielsen and Nielsen Chiropractors, Amsterdam Hotel, J.C. Penney, Scaperta's Furs. This is all just on the south side of Main Street.
You have the pool room?
Frankel's Mohawk Jewelry, Kessler's Market.
That's
Yes.
a relative.
Went there all the time.
Mario's Diner, School of Dance, Spanish American Club, People's Silk Store, Mohican Market,
Yes.
oh.
Yes.
Back
yes.
page now.
Tony Brooks Record and Music.
Yes, I remember
Yes, Hadzel's Beauty Shop. You see how beautiful the women in Amsterdam must have been in those days? You see how many beauty shops there are? This is just on the south side of Main Street.
Or he needed that many
Mohawk
beauty shops.
Communication, Boyer's Furniture.
Oh.
That was low.
Just a thought.
That was low.
Tip Top Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Washington Street, Speediachi's Pharmacy, VFW, Olander's Children's Furniture, Dolly Bridal Shop, Mohawk Theater. Then
Love that theater.
Then
Son of
Kennedy
Becky
Avenue,
Davis.
Kennedy Avenue crosses. Bargain City, De Palma Shoe Store, Johnny's Seafood. All right, now we go on the other side. We got Mike Subs, 2 to 4. Mike Subs, Trask's, Sanford Stud Farms Inc. They were upstairs. They own that whole block.
Horses could get up there, huh?
Yeah, the horses had to come in the back door. Oh, dear God. Tom's Flower Shop, Community Pharmacy, Brown's Gift Shop, Gallagher and Troll, Jewelers, remember the watchmakers.
Daily Steaks.
Lumart's, Beneficial Finance, Dickinsonia, Masto Photography, the
Right.
Topaz, Whalen's Drugstore, and we're only to the corner of
That's
Chester
where the
and
rest of the Hall
Understreet.
of Fame is.
Yes. Quality Dress, Crystal Beauty Lounge, United Realty, KF Gardeners Small Loans, Singer Company, Web Photos, Dr. Sapia
Yes.
Dentist,
Yeah.
Edwin Brown Dentist, Pinchator Shoe Store, Jane's Beauty Parlor, Saldi's Van Skeever Agency, Matthews Men's Store. That was
Yes,
a good
That was an
store.
expensive store.
Yeah. I actually bought a coat there once. Eugene Canale Accountant, Eljor Inc. What was Eljor?
What about Holzheimer and Shaw?
We haven't got there yet. We haven't even got to that corner yet.
Haven't got
Bassett's Clothes, Selbert and Selbert, optometrist, Conovers, Harry Borst, attorney. 48 was vacant. Luciano Brothers Jewelers, Marlette, the Marlette gift store on the corner of Church Street. That was at one time Turner's Candy Manor. That's where the hot dog place was, and the White Tower,
Castle.
or the White Castle, or whatever it was.
That vacant one was Dungar's.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
That's very
Hey.
good. Holzheimer and Shaw's, Holzheimer and Shaw Junior Shop, Tryon Theater, Carterama, Weissman's Liquor, Gabby's, Leeds, Rapello's Pharmacy, Sears Roebuck, Maine Social Club. That might have been the pool hall, I'm not sure. Thomas Rapello, Stationery.
That's where it was located.
Elsie Curran, interior decorator. The Pink and Rock.
All right.
Number
Happy
96.
believe.
Izzo's News. Marticello Brothers Barbershop. That's your relatives, isn't it? Yeah. Montgomery County Women's Democratic Club. They had their own
That's
office.
true. That's right.
Yeah.
You should bring that up. That is true.
Mohawk Valley Transit waiting rooms.
Oh, the bus station.
The bus, or as we called it, the bus station.
Or
Kansas-
my shoe shine shop.
It's not there. Kansas Sandwich Shop. Grand Rapids Furniture, National
Right.
Auto, Ed's Mobile Station, Ed Brzeziak, and then Liberty Street crosses, Tswnn Cleaners, DeChessy's Market. I forgot DeChessy's, Pete
Yeah.
DeChesy was down there. Augusta Canale Piano Studio, just a few doors from St. Mary's Church. She could run over and play the organ with. Tambasco Auto Sales, Kinsberg's Wallpaper and Paints, DeMar's Office Equipment, Slezak's Men's Clothes, and we're only to St. Mary's Church.
Where is our city gone?
Urban Renewal.
Urban renewal.
And I didn't.
What?
And I didn't even do Market Street and
I love
Market Street or Church
The
Street.
junior high school. There was all these stores, Rasmussen and Reese. Remember everything? Wow.
So what do we got now?
Almost time.
We cry.
That's not
We
time.
cry.
I said almost. I didn't
Almost
say it
time.
was.
We got
Cry for the history of our city.
Yeah. So that's just some of the things. So Michael, you were almost. Michael and I had different shows at the
Yeah.
same time for a while.
We down with Joey Caruso.
Yeah. I started.
I had Jim DeKosha on the show when he used that famous word, despicable.
Despicable.
Who
And
was
they
despicable?
flew down here in cars.
Who was?
Oh, you should have been outside after we got off the show. Actually, I had Father Gully on the show, and we were going to talk about Catholic education. I said I usually had guests on
Yeah.
the public, and he was very good. All of a sudden, someone got on the air, on the phone, and they wanted to hear confession. It's true. True story. And they started asking him questions about Father, I did this, will this be okay, and all that. And I'd like sit back and say, oh God, I hope nobody recognizes it. And he started telling him God loved this and that. And then it started to ring. And it continued. So I said, I got a reality show. Now we're talking years ago. I got a reality show here. Telephone confession. So to go into the confessional booth, we'll have it on the air. One guy even told his name. This is Blake. I said, oh God, come on. But this happened. So we used to have all these shows on. I mean, we had shows that you couldn't imagine on. Fired it right up. I'm not sure if I was thrown off. I think I was thrown off of that one too. Thrown off of everything.
Oh God! No, I've been going through stuff, and I keep finding all these.
You were a big troublemaker, weren't you?
Not me. I'm innocent.
Back in the day.
That's it.
Was he? Philip? What do you
Sounds like
think?
it to me.
Yeah, I think so.
I told the people what other people.
You
would
told
hear.
it the way it was.
No, not necessarily. I just told it that somebody's got to have the guts to say things nobody else will say.
And you said them.
I did, and I'm not afraid to say them again,
And again, and again,
and again, and again.
Well, he's run out of times now. This could be it.
Wow.
That's it.
No, it's not it.
That's not it?
No,
Saying
that's
it?
not it. No. Never say never.
Never.
Part two.
Part 2 is brutal. There's
I
no
don't
mercy.
know. I'm trying to think. I mean, I started right after the election in 2003. I worked election night as a commentator.
You always used to come down here and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked election night as a commentator, and I think my show either started the next day or the next week. I forget. I think it was the next day because I analyzed the election results the next day. And then I was on for a while. That was What Do You Talk?
That's right. What do you talk?
What do you talk? What do you talk? What do you talk?
And what do you
talk?
sing?
Where do you get it? What do you talk? And let's see. I think Joey owned the station then.
Or the guys down at Albany.
And then the guys down in Albany took over the management of the station.
How'd that
And
work
we
out?
actually paid tribute to the 9/11 people.
Yeah, we did.
All day long.
Yeah.
Read their names
Yeah.
and rang the bell. We did that several times. We also did it once up at the old Holland farm up there in Gloversville, Johnstown, Route 29.
You know,
Turkey farm.
did you read this morning's Gazette?
No, I've been
part
working
of the
outside.
Gazette. They want to change Columbus Day to Indigenous.
Yeah, I heard that today.
Indigenous
said
Day.
something
Oh,
about
that's
that.
right.
Give me
Couple
a
cities.
break.
Oh, things
couple
are going
cities already
crazy.
done that.
Give me a
Oh,
break.
here's but for those of you who are culturally attuned, you'll appreciate this. That down in New York City, they were planning a production of The Mikado, Gilbert and Sullivan's great satire,
We all know about it.
right? people objected
Why, Bob?
because they were not using Asian people to play the Japanese in the show, completely missing the whole point of the Mikado, which is it's a satire on British politics done in Japanese face. It's not a satire about the Japanese. It's about satire about the British. And it's truly the greatest of their many great shows that they produce.
But my question is, why do we allow this to take root?
Okay, yeah. I'll tell you why.
I'm
going to tell you why.
Time out. They canceled the show. They're doing the Pirates of Penzance instead, and now there's a delegation of pirates coming in and objecting to Wade.
Anyway, tell us. I want to hear it.
I'm going to tell you why, Michael.
The Pittsburgh Pirates?
Because they have hired in New York City a company to come in to teach children how to have recess. That when you play tag, you cannot tag somebody and put them out. You tickle them on their shoulder.
What?
Okay? Because there are children because there are children who feel ostracized because they're always getting tagged. Okay? So there are no losers. There's only ties.
I read something in the paper.
It was in the Post yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah.
We have absolutely gone over the edge. We have gone beyond the point of being pulled back. We are heading for the abyss, and there is no bottom in this abyss. It is completely ludicrous, the things that we are cutting out and regulating and overseeing.
When we say we, is there anybody up here who says enough is enough? We've had enough of this garbage? And how does it keep getting done? Every day there's somebody else that's offended. What happens to the offendee, or the offender, and everybody else is all crazy?
The politicians.
All right, we got a call here. Somebody wants to call us off. This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Gavin a question since he's back.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner King, John King, Education Commissioner.
Yeah, he's got the job in Washington now.
Yeah. Now how can that be?
Because they don't want him here.
Is it because the teachers union truly run the schools, or is it because Obama sees something that New York State didn't see, or is it because Obama's full of beans? And I know you're going to take selection C, but let me hear your spin on that.
I'm going to take selection 3. If this gentleman was as educated and insightful as he purported that he was, when he came up with the concept of Common Core, it would never have been implemented like it was.
He didn't come up with Common Core. Common Core was brought about by the governors of all 50 states.
Yeah, and he went along with the implementation, which was wrong. Some of the ideas behind Common Core in and of themselves are not bad. But when you put something new in that takes progression and building blocks and then start unilaterally across the board and not having people being prepared as you go through the process is not educational. This guy is a political animal who has not seen and does not understand what we need to do in this country for education. And Obama, and all I can say is Obama's got to be the same if he hired this guy from New York State.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
Okay.
All right.
That answers my question on that. And have a good day sailing into the sunset.
All right.
Sorry to hear those going off the air.
All right. Thank you. All right. Now, we got Philip Tambasco here.
Philip,
how's Common Core working out for you?
I don't like it.
But do you like anything about school, Philip?
Yeah, girls are fine.
hey, how is your girl?
No, I've moved on.
You moved on.
What? There's no Mariah in the picture anymore?
No, there's not.
Oh.
I never get it.
She has gone with the wind.
Yeah, she's gone with the wind.
Goon with the wind.
Wow.
I'm working on a new one now.
Oh, yeah? Who are you working on now? Hey, wait a minute. Time out. He's working on a new one, he says.
I'm not telling you.
Tell us her name.
Wait a minute. Let him have his privacy.
No. Tell us.
There is nothing private here.
Tell us her name, and then we'll find a song to go along with it.
No. We're not doing that again.
You sure?
No.
I'm positive.
Now, Philip is at the point in his education that Common Core isn't going to really do anything to him.
Oh.
It's the kids coming through the elementary
I have
and
one
early
more
high
thing to
school.
do.
All right, we've been serious long enough.
Okay, here we go.
Because
It's
it's
that
the
time.
bottom of the hour here on WCSS 1490 on your dial in Amsterdam, New York, or those of you listening overseas, WCSS1490.com. Gavin, tell us about our sponsor.
Well, last Sunday, I went and got my old-fashioned.
Woo.
But we got involved in things, and I wasn't able to complete eating the old-fashioned last Sunday.
Oh.
I had a piece Thursday and a piece Friday. It was just like it was out of the oven fresh.
Get out of here.
You put it in the oven for 8 minutes. You
4 or
warm
5
it up.
days later.
4 or 5 days later, you put it in the oven for 5 minutes at three.
We're all looking at you
360.
skeptically because none of us can imagine a La Cucina pizza still being around 4 or 5 days later.
No, we had the piece. We got involved in eating some other things. The last few days were nice, so we did some cooking out, and then we had that, and it's absolutely wonderful. The only thing better.
Wait a minute, this came from La Cucina.
La Cucina.
On the south side.
On the south side. The only thing better than a La Cucina pizza is having Tony Sentai as a friend.
That's probably true.
You know what?
And I'm going to tell you, over the years, the number of things that he has done for the community organizations.
You better believe it.
Every single time Amsterdam had a high school had some sort of fundraiser, they'd have the spaghetti dinner at at Crystal, or they'd have their eggplant parmesan or their awards banquet, and every single time it was great. He did more for the young people in this community than most people even thought of doing, and I want to thank him.
And many times he provided the fireworks for the city on the 4th of July as well.
That's right. And
I was there Friday, not this past Friday, the week ago Friday, and I had the drunken clam.
Oh, tell us about it, because all we've been doing is imagining them up until now.
I had to get them. I says, we'll see who's going to get drunk, me or the clams.
Yeah.
But
and what happened?
The clams were sautéed in a little bit of wine and some sambuca.
Ooh.
Sambuca.
And
Really?
Some spices.
that's what got him drunk, huh? The
That's what got 'em
sambuca?
drunk. Yep, they were drunk.
What do you have?
I finished the whole dozen.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect to.
Yeah. Were they raw or cooked?
They were steamed.
Yeah, steamed.
And then they had the points of toast.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Wedges?
Wedges of bruschetta. So
Yeah.
I dipped that in the juice.
Kind of like one of those Kentucky brown sandwiches, right?
I dunked that in the juice and finished up that. And when I finished that, those were the appetizers for me. Then I had the Utica greens.
That's the best.
I got to
What's
try 'em.
what's a Utica green?
Skadal
Utica
with
greens?
Skadal with a little prosciutto.
Really?
Yeah, some hot pepper, regular peppers, and pepper flakes. It was quite good.
It is quite good. Isn't it?
And,
a lot of people are telling me they're having it now,
with
'cause I mentioned it on the air.
breadcrumbs on the top when it was partially baked. It was
Yeah, good.
So I had a pretty good meal.
Yeah,
So,
well,
Boy,
they should have a good meal. They're like the best place in town.
that sure is.
Yeah, they are.
Sure is.
And our
Absolutely.
sponsor.
They are.
Yep.
And what else does he sponsor, Bob?
What's that?
What else does he sponsor?
He sponsors the Great American Song Contest. And we've got a very special Great American song today.
You know-
and of course, this is a song that should be known by every great American.
That's right. And you look at the songbook. This is just about the end of the songbook, too. We've gone
It
through
is, because that's why we had to end the show. We've kind of run out of
songs.
Great American songs. So,
What do you have to do?
Well,
What do you do with the
first of all,
the song?
the person who's calling in trying to sneak in the answer is going to get hung up on. There.
Well,
Call
now
back
the
after.
show does what it always does.
Yeah. So,
All right.
so now, 8432500 is the number. Those of you who are want to win, you can't have won in the last 30 days. That's one of the rules. And what's the other rule?
You can't be directly related to any of the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, well, and I think Grandma Maggie's out of the picture today too.
For Philip.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
Maggie.
Now, because things have moved on,
Yeah.
can Mariah win if she knows
Yeah.
the song?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she's no longer.
Oh yeah, Mariah's eligible now. Yeah. Yeah.
She's eligible.
Yeah. She's
Also,
she's probably very eligible.
Don't know.
in more ways than one.
Wait, well, which of you moved on? Tell the truth here.
Who moved on?
Yeah, who moved on?
I think it was like a mutual thing.
Oh,
Oh, was it? Huh?
I like the way he answered.
Yeah, dodge
Very
the question.
political.
I always dodged the
Yeah.
question. I never answered.
you could be mayor
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
Diplomat.
So we're going to play a song,
Play a song.
And-
84325, and the winner gets.
a 2x2 and a brew, the last
by
2x2 and a brew. Now, all you other folks who've won over the last 30 days who have not picked up your certificates, we're going to still leave them down here. You can still come in.
Yeah.
You can still pick them up and get your 2x2 and a brew.
I ran into 2 people over the weekend who were uncollected winners,
Really?
and I advised them of that. So.
Yeah, come down
Am
and
I
get
going to
them.
recognize this song?
They'll recognize this song.
Everybody.
Everybody listening to this program
Even Albert.
will recognize
Whoever.
this song. Even Philip Tambasco will recognize this song. And so here it is, the last Great American Song in the Great American Song Contest, sponsored by La Cucina. Nothing. We got nothing.
Write it down.
That's good.
Caller number 1, can you correctly identify this Great American tune?
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes. And now that we got 5 of us here, it's a lot easier to hide. Yes. All right, Gavin, take it.
Okay, what's your name, ma'am? What's your name, ma'am?
Connie Tracky.
Before, you see?
Yeah, it was more than 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I was here that day.
Check the date.
That was a long
Check the date.
Check the date.
Oh my God, it's been more than 30 days.
Okay, Connie, stop by and pick up your certificate for a 2x2 and a brew.
Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations.
Hey, I hope that they'll still have Michael come on Dan Weaver's show, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
We'll be back on
That
Wednesday.
would be. Put a bug in his ear.
We'll be here Wednesday.
Sorry to see you go, Bob.
Okay,
And
thank
we will
you.
attack everyone.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye bye.
What do you mean you'll be here Wednesday? This is the last show.
Well, we're going to change the name of the show.
What do you guys...
Whoa.
You said you're...
Am I
Yeah,
still-
wait a minute. I cleared this with you guys that you're...
Well, we changed. We wanted somewhat of a form after
Joe?
by the mayorship.
This morning, Joe asked me if I wanted to continue.
There he is.
Oh.
I said, I'll continue, as Michael's here with me.
If I can make it, I'll come down.
99% of the time.
Otherwise, you can handle it.
Briefly.
Wow.
All right, so
That kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Arlene McGillen, Robert Lewis, Florence Bond, Carol Hafes,
Twice.
Richard Legero, Paul Montanaro, and Connie Tracky. Stop by and pick up your certificates for
That's a lot of
the 2x2 and a
certificates.
brew. Yeah, but a lot of people have picked on. We've had over 40 winners on the show
Yeah.
in the last several months since we started this. So stop by and get your certificates. Enjoy 2x2 and a brew.
Am I allowed to
No,
use the tickets that nobody picked up?
No.
After
No.
30 days?
no.
No, but fortunately, Gavin printed up a whole mess of blank ones. It's like bearer bonds.
It's like the
Just go in, with the Lone Ranger mask on or something. They won't know.
Yeah, it's the railroad certificates from the 1870s. Hey, somebody really called.
Really?
Yeah.
This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Yes, I want to know why Mike Shire can't have a talk show.
No, we
I'll
just
hang up
we
and
just
listen.
announced that.
He can't.
Behind my back, they got his own show.
Negotiated.
I
Yeah.
got my own show. It should be the
Yeah.
kosher show.
Yeah, I guess they're going to continue without me. Hey, whoa. I can't Mike Shire get his own show.
I don't want to do. I don't.
He doesn't want that
Listen,
commitment.
What I wanted to do is the debate, but he said
You want
no.
debate?
They'll have a fit.
You want to debate?
Well, I'll debate them, both of them, if they
Oh,
want to come
what do you
down.
mean both? I thought you and I wanted to
Yeah,
debate.
you and me can debate.
Okay.
I want to come down
You might-
and tell them my 150-point plan and how little it would cost to revitalize this city in the condition we're in now.
Did you write
How
them?
little?
I
Did
have
you
it
write
all
them?
on paper.
You write them all up?
I got them all done.
submit them.
Matter of fact, it's probably 50 more. It's probably 200.
Show up Thursday and
Thursday. Why would I show up Thursday?
Thursday
Shows
night.
Wednesday. Oh.
Thursday night.
No. Did you hear the Joey's rules? That it could be only clap when they come in, that you must be totally silent.
Yeah,
Someone has to break the rules.
no, but there's going to be
Someone has to do it.
there's going to be questions from the audience after.
He didn't say that.
After,
Is there questions from the audience?
listen to me.
Well, excuse me.
We haven't heard
Wow,
the format.
Boy. Pushy.
Should be a good show.
After the moderators, or not the moderators, the questioners finish asking their questions, there will be questions from the audience. I think they're submitted.
I was going to say,
Submitted
it's like they
questions.
did the last time they put it
Yeah.
on paper and somebody said, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take this question. I don't like that.
Up to,
No, because they're all planted.
Yeah, it's all planted is right.
well, I'll have to talk to.
The only issue here is, what you're going to do. The issue is not who you are, where you were, what you did in high school. It's none of that garbage. What it is what is your plan to do? How's it going to be implemented? And how deeply is this going to be committed? That's the issue. The issue is the issue itself.
The issue is this issue.
It's not, well, I hear you did this 4 years ago. And how do you know? You know why you hear that everywhere, like the Donald Trump nonsense and all that. Tell me what you're going to do to try to revitalize the community, and tell me specifically how you're going to get it done. Don't say I'm going to do it. Tell me how you're going to do it. Be honest enough to the public to say what I always said: if you make a promise like that and don't do it, you ought to have enough integrity to resign, because then you're lying to the public by what you can do. Now, a lot you can't do alone. And I hope that they indicate that.
There's nothing the mayor can do alone. They have to have the cooperation from the council and the
In a lot of
department heads.
cases, when you're dealing with the budgets at the beginning, the department heads, you got to be the boss. It isn't like
exactly.
I got to have friends, and the friends I can never lose a friend. That's not what this is about.
No.
This is about somebody like Welch down to GE. You know, they hated him, whatever, and it's getting this thing done. Getting it done now. We don't have time to play. This kid, sooner or later, this young gentleman, excuse me, will be 25 years old.
Oh my God!
Sooner or
He'll say,
later.
I was on a
9
show
years
with no
flew by
name,
fast.
and I heard this, and look what I see. But we just got overwhelmed that the motels and hotels, which are 80 stories high, to accommodate the million people that are coming.
Do you understand? For him, 25 is so
40.
far in the future. It's more than half of his existing age.
And what-
No, it's not. I passed 3 math courses. I know it's not half.
You passed 3 math courses.
Yeah.
In how many years?
4.
No,
15.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you know what? He just brings up a good point.
He does.
Yeah, why did we have a section of high school individuals come in and say, hey, tell us, we're the future of the community?
I'm the only one.
Well, there's got to be other children. When I brought him to Ada, we had about 6 or 7, and they pulled no punches on what they thought of the politicians.
You can
And that's
bring-
what we
you
got
can
to
bring
end.
Mariah in.
We've got to end the
Doesn't live in the
politicians
city.
Don't they have
and get the professionalism.
Don't they have City Hall Day anymore from the
Oh, yeah,
high
they
school?
used to
They
have
come
that.
in.
No.
Student Government Day in the City Hall. No.
Government.
Yeah, we used to have that.
Youth and Government Day.
We did that.
When was that?
Well,
Oh, back
I
in
did. I was the health inspector.
1969, 1970. We had it.
Oh,
even past that, Mario Villa
Yeah.
they had it when he was mayor.
What was your job, Gavin?
Health department.
Health inspector.
Yeah, health inspector.
That was my job.
oh, you guys shared.
Who'd you work with?
Oh, some old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
who
No
it was.
kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
That
we
was
should clean we should start by cleaning the rats out of City Hall. That's what I said at the mock common council meeting.
Hey, and when we did it, they'd already cleaned them out, so I had nothing to say.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true.
After that, yeah. That was a great day.
That was a great day.
You know, but there's more to all this than just politics. There's a Bob just read something of nostalgia, and I know you're going to say you never can bring it back. Actually, if you paid attention, and I happen to have been chairman of Ada when we had the land contract for this mall, and we were privy to a lot of stuff. This place rocked. I use common terminology now. On a Friday night, we used to sit over there, he knows, and you could not move in here.
It was packed.
It was packed. And actually, it isn't that fault. Some of the Acre stores had internal problems. And the Acre stores went out because you couldn't get into the restaurant over there. You know, and they had banks here where people cashed their checks like I did and spent my money here. But it's not like, oh boy, it failed right away. No, it did. But you can look at it. It's here. It's here. It's here. It employs a lot of people.
We're lucky there's a lot of businesses in here,
people work
offices.
Here they're not aware of. The thing is, you're not going to bring, like we did, you're not going to bring those 50, 80, 100 businesses back. I wish we could. We can't. But we should say, what does Amsterdam want to become? Have we defined ourselves? Yes, we bicker. That's what we do. We make headlines. We bicker. Nobody likes anybody here. It's all party, Republican, Democrat, this and that. That's garbage.
What do you want the city to become now?
I want the city to become common sense.
No.
That's exactly what I'm going to become, because you'll get further. You got to do a land plan, and you've got to look at both your assets and liabilities, and be realistic about it, and say, here's what we can do. Water, chief asset, not used properly. We gave the landfill, and people are saying now privately, oh boy, wish we had the landfill.
If we only had it.
Yeah, but you sat, you know what, when we were doing this. Okay, there's a lot of things that you got, and if you got to be truthful with yourself. If it looks this way, then you got to make tough decisions with the way government is run, and that goes everywhere. There's about 250 or more governments in Montgomery County. Now,
right. You've went on for 5 minutes about what is wrong with the city and what.
You'll hear it when I bring it in.
What would you
I can't tell you all that.
What would you like the city to become?
I'd like the city to become honest
Here
with
comes,
itself.
He's got a call. Take the call before I get hot.
All right, we got a
You
call.
get hot all you like.
Hey, we got a call here. You listening, Michael?
How could I listen, Bob?
Oh, you didn't bring your headphones?
No.
This is WCSS. You're on the air. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, probably got scared.
Yeah.
No, I hear the background music.
Nobody there? Okay. All right, sorry.
What do I want the city to become? I mean, I'll be honest with you. What do I think the city is right now? I think it's dysfunctional.
Exactly, but
And I think what it's going to have to become is they got to look at their housing stock. Here's a statistic. When they do the census material every 10 years, they go in and they look at how many vacancies there are. So in the year 2000, I'm going to round this off. No, excuse me, the year 1990, they had about 700 vacancies. That means if you have an apartment, it's vacant, there wasn't occupied. In the year 2000, I think they had 1,200. I believe they got like 1,300 now. That's a definition of where you're going or where you're not going.
It's doubled in 20 years.
Do you want to be a bedroom community? Define what a bedroom community really is. And if you got a bedroom community, do you put all the taxes on the homeowner? Is it going to work? No, it's not. So you got to go to government and you got to say to the department heads, this is what is going to happen in our new budgets. This is how the department I want to see run. And if you can't run it like this, there's the door. Goodbye. We'll get somebody in here who can. Because you're going to have to deal with budgets. You're going to have to reduce the tax burden. No question. How you got to do it? Tough decisions have to be made. And I would have a business forum. I would ask people who are professionals to tell me what they would do. I would come in and ask people. I'm not God. I would come in and say, what should we do? How can we deal with this? Because we're dealing with money. Let's face it. It's all dealt with money. So you would say, where are we going? If you look at the budget, you look at what this gentleman wrote, we got a problem. So what do? Now, what they offered to do the other day is, we'll throw more money at it. We'll give you more, you heard them, we'll give you more help. Do you need more help? We'll bring more people in. So I asked, how much has it already cost us? How much money would all these consultants that they brought in add up the dollars they paid, and you're still saying it's broke? So you're going to bring somebody else in who says, I have to start again at home plate? So what's it going to cost you now? Bob told you what he was told the other day. This is a shame that the city of Amsterdam, when I was there a long time, I never heard any of this. Maybe once we did. And the state auditors came in, and within a couple of weeks, it was straightened out. And that's what the problem is. The problem is there's no leader. You talk leadership. Leadership is going into the departments and saying, this is the way we have to run it. It's a shame. We don't have the means to do it. We're not going to tax the homeowner into the ground. And if it means you make enemies with a lot of people, you make enemies. But what about the people who appreciate it? You never hear from them. You always hear from somebody who's got an agenda. And you keep the blooming party politics out of here. The Republican, Democrat, all the nonsense. That's got to go. That's some of the things you got to do. You got Glenn Wild. We did that survey at Glenn Wild, 100 and some odd million in 2007. You got to go out, you got to take Glen Wild, and you got to use it for every dollar you can get out of it. You got to go into you got to go to Luther Forest, you got to go where you got to go, and you got to offer them what we have to offer. And you can build all around this area, etc. There's a lot of things that can get done. The thing is, you got to stop the Republic. And I know, because that's how it was dealt with. I heard it. You're not in this party. We can't do this. And I'm thinking, your brain is you
didn't support me in the last election.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't support me. Well, too bad I didn't support you. You know, even if your worst enemy came in and says, look at this plan I got, you have to listen, because you represent everybody. You don't represent a bunch of people in a room. And that's how you start. And once you start to get that atmosphere here, people feel better about themselves. Right now, people have had it. They won't vote. Go look at the last election. I think it was 1,700 or something to 16 something on the vote. That's a disgrace. Look at what people vote. They vote in these elections. They vote in these primary elections. Look at the school board election. Nobody pays attention to what's going on. We need, seriously, now let me get everybody mad. We need Teresa Kuda back. It's the only way that you are going to get people to light a fire under here. That's what you really need, because the people do not know what is going on. Nobody really, they tell them a little bit, but they don't know. Look at that meeting that Jimmy and me went to. You've heard nothing except when we got on the air.
Or the previous one.
Yeah, you had nothing. It didn't appear.
Well, that's the problem of the media. That's the problem of the media in Amsterdam.
We are the media.
Well, yeah, but we're a day.
Yeah.
And we bring it up now every time we're on the air, but we don't get any callbacks. We don't hear anything from the newspaper. We don't hear anything from the news organizations.
All right, we got a call.
Somebody's calling.
This is WCSS. You're on the air.
Hey, is Michael done yet?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone, this is Anthony Legero.
Okay, Anthony.
Yeah.
What's up?
Surprising that I'm calling you on my day off today, but I have the right to do that. Just want to get a couple points across from some talk that's been out there, and from what I have seen in my observation. I just tuned in. I tuned in a little while ago, maybe 5-10 minutes ago, and I didn't know if you happened to discuss the issuance of the summons to Alderwoman Hatzenbuehler at all.
Not yet.
In the course of the show today.
No.
Not yet.
All right. Okay. Well, in regards to that, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in there. Being a vendor that operated at both locations, at Church Street and downtown, I really do hope Alderwoman Hatzenbuehler beats this if she decides to plead not guilty with this, because I had the opportunity to read the city charter. And what it says in the city charter under 171 of the city charter, it clearly states that in order for a vendor, albeit transient vendor, to operate in the city of Amsterdam, especially on public property, there are certain terms and conditions that the vendor must meet. It's all in black and white. So by Diane Hatzenbuehler removing barricades from something that I believe vendors never really were permitted to do or even be set up for, then I believe she's in the right, and I do hope she beats this. Now, as far as the mudslinging and the posts all over Facebook that she's going to be arrested and this and that and this and that, well, can you really be arrested over something that shouldn't have possibly even been there in the first place? I don't ever recall the Common Council offering any waivers prior or post Spring Fling to allow Alderwoman Hatzenbuehler, to allow the farmers / crafters / whatever market you want to call it, the ability to operate. And I don't ever recall any permits being issued to the vendors. So what did she really remove barricades from? Something that, regardless, if the police chief said it was okay to do it, where were the permits issued to the vendors? Where was the waiver in that case presented to the Common Council for the fees? Or was it offered or wasn't? I did some talking, and from what I gather, those permits were never issued, and they were never let, and there were never waivers given. So I hope she does beat this. And aside from that, let's go to a happier note, because I know you're running out of time. Taste of Tide did fantastic this year up on the Church Street Market. We had a great time up there. next year we're coming back. And when I get closer to retirement, the wife has already mentioned that we will be opening up a Thai restaurant here in Amsterdam.
That'll be great.
That's a little ways off yet. However, it's a plug. I'd like to thank everyone out there that supported us in the second year. We met a lot of good people. And we hope to meet a lot of more good people during the course of the season. So, Mr. Tambasco, yeah, we all do need a hug every once in a while, okay? So, enough of that.
I hug everyone.
You've been suspended several times for that.
Yeah, you weren't going to go unnoticed behind that microphone over there or that booth. No. No. So, in any case, again, thanks to everyone that supported us. We'll see you again in 2016. You guys keep up the good work of what you're doing on this station and calling things to light. We need people to open their eyes and wake up to that light come November. So, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
There you go.
There you go, Philip.
Well, we've almost reached the end of the program here.
I need my tissues. I'm getting sad.
This program
Phil,
did a lot for the community.
I
You
didn't
would
say
know, but you
that.
don't pay attention to it.
Well,
He's
What
in,
do you
he's in,
think?
I'm in
he's in
class,
class.
though. I'm in
He's usually in
school.
class at this time.
Hey,
How can I listen? Would you rather me listen to this or my teachers?
The heck with your teacher.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
my
saying.
program.
Thank you.
Who do you
you
have for
learn a lot more here.
Who do you have for social studies this year?
Coffin.
Coffee Man.
Yeah, coffin.
All right.
All right, Bob lets us say something.
Yeah, I
Bob,
do. I do. My great-great-grandfather moved here in 1848 and had a bunch of kids who had a bunch of kids who had a bunch of kids who had a bunch of kids.
And here you are.
And here I am. And oddly enough, I am the last going in Amsterdam. I mean, there are other people who share his bloodlines, but many others,
But
hundreds.
they're not goings.
But they're not going. So I'm the last going in the city of Amsterdam.
You're still going.
And, now, I always say I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Amsterdam, although my parents were out of town for the first 9 years of my life. But my father moved the family back here on August 15th, 1960. And I've pretty much been here ever since.
And a moper.
Aside from
Bugs.
a year or so in Albany after we first got married. I'll never forget when we moved, the day we moved here, because all the neighbors gathered around as the moving van pulled away and us in the station wagon.
And they wanted to see who the heck these people were.
No. We knew it because there was a baby boom. There was 100 kids in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
even though
there
we
were.
lived on a dead-end street. And they sang to us as we left. That we hate to see you go. We hate to see you go. We hope the hell you never come back. We hate to see you go. And I've never forgotten that.
Wow.
And probably later this week or next week, I'll be saying my last goodbyes to the city of Amsterdam after all these years. And the wife and I are moving to Albany, be closer to the kids. And it's tough. It's tough because all our friends are here. Actually, all our friends are in this room.
It's not that big a room.
We won't be strangers. I mean, we'll still be coming back.
Won't be stranger
for social events.
Have to come back.
But
all things must come to an end.
we're starting a new phase. Anyway, so for most of the last, how long? 12 years. I've been doing one of these talk shows here on WCSS, and for a couple of years with the video podcasts from the house in the backyard and all that. And I truly want to thank everyone who has made this such an enjoyable experience, particularly our sponsor, La Cucina, because that $5 a month we made the last few months has really come in handy. But it won't pay for the gas for me to come to Albany. Not $5 a month. But thanks to all the regular callers over the years. You know who you are. I don't have to throw out everybody's name, but I've enjoyed it. I first got on radio, I think it was October of 1967 when I started doing the weekend show here at WCSS. So I was here before Lloyd Smith. Really, seriously. So anyway, so I guess, what can I say? This is goodbye.
Oh, it's been great.
And it's been
Thanks, Bob.
It's been a great time with you on the show, and we're going to miss you. We're sure you're going to come back and see us.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially if you're going to do the show, maybe I'll just pop in unexpectedly and take over.
There you go. There you go.
Like Michael does. Right?
Well, yeah, but we can shut him down once in a while.
Don't attempt.
He gets upset when we do, but we have to sometimes in order to get a word in.
Yeah. Well, it's nice of you to say something today, Jim. I haven't heard your voice in some time. Philip, you even had a couple of digs in yourself today.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah. All right, Philip. Good luck with your education. Michael, continue the fight. Jim, continue the show. Gavin,
Run for school boarding.
you and I will do a podcast someday.
There you go.
Yeah,
I can come down to your place and get the rest of the stuff that you have that belongs to me.
Yeah, that's right. And meanwhile, we'll go out with the immortal Dame Vera Lynn.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Good night, Miss Hageman, wherever you are.
Meet again, don't know where.